All right, everything's good. Woo! Hello. Say hello.
Hello. Hello, chat.
No, stop that.
Hello, greetings and salutations.
Oh, I forgot this is where we ended off.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. It's been like a week or more. Where
Oh man, a whole week.
or more. That's like an eternity for me. Okay, hold on. Where the hell am I? So I think I need to get here to get something. So I need to get the soap to get higher. So that's right. Okay, that's what I'm. Okay. And he respawns in like 2 seconds, which is really annoying. All right. Can you hear me? All right. Over the game. Yes. No.
Can you not hear me?
Not until you said that.
Oh, weird. Because I said you would probably need to play a little bit more of the game for me to tell. And then apparently you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, it was not because of the game that time. Okay. Oh, jeez. Well, I was like, if you said something, I was definitely gonna have a hard time hearing you, so I had to turn it down. Ah, dang it. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do this. Okay, I thought it was R1 for some reason. Wait, hold on. What's this? Okay, I'm gonna have to get you to respawn. You're in a bad spot. Boing. Welcome to Scooby-Doo, the Plate Central cartoon power-up game. Totally not anything else. But it makes me like wonder like what other gems I could find on like other sites. For, like ROM games and stuff, like movies. Hold on, how do I get you to go down? Hit this? Oh, I see. Okay. So you've never played this game, right?
No, I have not.
Oh, I had to do this for all of them? So we're basically in the last stretches of the game. You've missed 3 bosses.
Yeah, as I would.
Are you going to respawn? I was about to say, like, need your help to get that box. Ah, dang it. You were right on top of it. I was not expecting you to be right on top of it. Pros and cons to them respawning in like 2 seconds. Constant drops, but on the other hand, they're also like basically constantly there. I hit both him and the switch at the same time. All right. It's still like weird like hearing a PS2 game that has actually like moderately good voice acting.
Yeah.
Cuz it's like it's one thing to go based off of like Scooby. But on the other hand, it's like everyone else sounds pretty all right too. It's like the only reason you can't really go based off of Scooby is because Frank Welker's a fucking god.
Yeah.
I could have sworn there was a door here. Okay, this way. No? No? This way? Okay, this way.
This way.
And I need to get a ghost in here so I can mouse on their head. What's this? Oh, that's a different room. Okay. Oh, jeez. Perfect. Let me figure out where this goes. Oh, I was not expecting the camera to turn there.
Yeah, definitely strange.
Well, there's no camera control in this, so it's fixed camera angles. And it's like, I know people like FF10. I know I have various opinions on it. I think the camera angles in FF10 were not as good as this. Because definitely, yeah, some of them were like really awkward. And like, the way it controlled in 10 was like, okay. I'm not the positive. So it's okay, so you're on the screen you're on before the camera angle changes. You have pushed the left stick up and are now going up. Now you go into another part of the area where the camera changes. So now, like your character going forward is now the same direction as going right. But you are your character keeps going right with the camera change because that's the direction they were going, like, based on everything else. But you're still pressing up. But the camera's changed. So you you want to like turn to the right instinctively. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going up and then suddenly the camera is like up is now right. So you want to turn right and then your character just goes while you do that. Yeah. And it's really awkward. And it's like I would like it like this game is like if I'm holding up, like you saw it, the camera changed. I was holding up and suddenly the camera changed and I went up. I didn't keep going to the right. And I really like that. It's like while it looks a little awkward sometimes, it matches my instinctive motion to like match the camera instead of keep pushing the button. Oh, I can't do this shortcut yet. I don't have the soap bubble.
I don't get the random laugh track though.
Scooby-Doo things.
I know.
Because it's like, dog and an umbrella, ha ha ha, funny. I cannot believe I did not hit that ghost. Yeah, see? I automatically just turned to the left. Right there. Just, it works. Okay.
A lot of ghosts.
Yeah, so the ghosts are invulnerable, so I can't kill them. But I can, like, put them in a soap bubble or stick them with gum. So if they actually really got annoying, I could. One way shortcut back to secret passages. Okay, you cannot return this way. So here's what we do. You get hit by a ghost. It's part of the strat. Hit by a second ghost. You just got to ensure you have low health.
Damage boost.
Yeah, damage boost. So what you do... So you do this.
See, only doable if you took that much damage.
Yeah, it's the perfect strat. So you get all the snacks. And then... you take another point of damage. And then you void out, which causes you to reappear at the start of the room. And now you don't have to, you know, forfeit your progress in the area to get the snacks. Top tier strats.
You also started with 3 health.
Yeah, I was about to say, on a serious note, if you void out, you automatically start with 3 hearts. Like, if you dropped into a pit and had 5, you come back with 3. If you had 1 and dropped into a pit, you would come back with 3. And I think this is what I really liked about this game, because I said this before, is like Crash Bandicoot, and Mario. Mario does it way better because it's not nearly as hard. But like Crash Bandicoot has a life system. I hate life systems. I hate them so much. Spyro does as well, but it also has like an actual health system that I can refill because you have like 3 hearts, and it's like, oh no, you ran out of the hearts. Lose a life or something. I don't remember. Okay. That's not what I was expecting to happen. I was expecting there to be a caveman in there, because that's where they normally hide. Oh no, I remember this. I remember this. I gotta hit a bunch of switches in a rather timely manner. Yeah, but the laugh track is like an integral part of Scooby-Doo. I'm assuming you've watched like original Scooby-Doo at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
integral.
like, I get it, but it's like, in a video game, though.
I think I don't mind it so much when I'm playing, but like when I think about it, I'm just like, yeah, they kind of do it a bit too much. Perspective. I'm gonna do that other one again. That probably didn't work. Yeah, I heard it. Okay, got it. And unlike Link to the Past, the door stays open. It's great. It's so nice.
Oh, I'm sorry there was skill in the old video game. Execution.
I didn't mind the fact that it was execution, but it's like it was like the fact that I did the skill-based part to open the door, right? I have lit all 4 torches. The door is now open, but I have to now get there fast because the torches will still run out. I'm like, that just seems like a big old middle finger. It's like you could totally program it to like, hey, you've lit all the torches, the door is open, torch stay lit. Bam, done. Okay. But now we have all our power-ups. Oh, jeez. And a ghost at our butts. I don't think we have any more snack gates, which is like, you have to collect this many snacks to open the gate. Okay, where are we? Okay. So we have to get to here and go that way. Wait, hold on. I didn't check to see the... Okay, we are in an area with a gate, so I can just teleport back. I stopped just short of him. Gosh darn it.
Damn good.
That's right. But like old Scooby-Doo is like this weird thing of just like, I know it's like a kid's show.
Yeah.
I know it is. But gosh, some of those mysteries are so easy. It's like, this person exists, therefore, because they are the only person that exists, they are the person who is the ghost.
Yeah.
Because I think that was like the very first episode is like the only people they met in the museum with the Black Knight are the Black Knight, the two schmuck guards that were never given a name, and the museum curator. Oh my gosh, lo and behold, the museum curator was the Black Knight. Who would have guessed?
No. That's impossible.
I still need to go back and watch Mystery Incorporated because it still has a bit of that. Okay, I don't know if that goes the way I want it to, but I can like zone in and out and figure that out real quick. Now, the one thing I don't get about this game
Yeah.
is that, so like, you see how we have like, so like you have a bubblegum package and like a soap box, and you have like certain amount of uses before you go to the next box.
Yeah.
So we've obviously gotten these power-ups really late in the game, which is fine. I get that. I get putting these late because, you know, progression stuff. However, you can pick up the power-ups to get an increased amount of this resource earlier, but you don't actually get the increased resource. It just wastes the power-up and it doesn't respawn. And it's like super early too. Well, relatively.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go this way. Okay, yeah. In this area, I'll know it when I see it. There's a hallway that ends in like a somewhat dead end, and that's where we gotta go. Yep, here it is. Okay. Here's gonna be the bane of my existence. What button is it? Okay. Way easier than I thought it was going to be. All right, but we're in the last area. Hopefully there are no snack gates anywhere. This is what I've missed from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, is the ability to let go of Glide and then put it back.
Yeah.
Though I
don't know why they didn't just keep the glide from Legends.
The Glide from Legends was stupid amounts of good.
Oh, I know, but I just mean, like, obviously tweak it down to where it is in Scarlet Violet.
It was a huge jump, and I think they could have... I think there was a middle ground they could have hit. Okay, I forgot. This is the main of my existence. If I touch the floor, I instantly die.
Just don't touch the floor. Easy.
So I'm not gonna try and get all the snacks, because there's a point in this game where the floor is not electrified. And my pain is, you know, not awful. But anyway, here's the hard part of this. I have to jump back on that cart. And you can't see when it's coming. Yeah, even the table is electrified, by the way. All that stuff, psst.
Well, yeah, because the stone conducts electricity.
I jumped too short. Apparently. Gets me all the way back here. But the good news, one, I can spin in the air. There's no enemies in here. So it doesn't matter how much health I have. Bad news. I have to press the switch again.
Yeah, as you would.
I mean, it makes sense. But it's like, again, once I solve this puzzle, the puzzle is solved. It stays that way. I thought it was gonna be there. It was the last time. All right, that was my fault. I don't remember the cycles anymore. Oh yeah, so speaking of Scarlet and Violet, I won't spoil the story, but so you can, you know, the spinny thing you can do with your character?
Yes.
So you can do it with like you can spin around in a circle and while on Koridon or Miraidon, and it'll forcibly stop you and go like if you try to do it.
Oh.
Because I was just like randomly like watching something and not wanting my fingers to bow, so it's just spinning the left stick, and I see my character stop and Koridon goes. So I tried it again. I could repeat the result. Oh no, the cycles don't match. No. Getting the snacks is a trap. Okay. Love we just got radioactive material everywhere. Okay, so I have to jump on that one. Okay. Also, while we're also on the subject, I was thinking about doing like a spoiler discussion in the stream on Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a really good place to just have that all out there about our opinions and everything, and I can just be like, if you want to know what I think about this game, just go here. Oh no. Dang it! The cycles not matching is going to give me nightmares. And I get to do this again. Yay!
Wahoo.
But I think, honestly, this is like the hardest room in the entire game. Just because it's such a long thing. So I have to hit the other switch to move the other set of platforms. Then I have to get up there and then navigate among the platforms. But that part's way easier. It's just waiting for these cycles is pain.
Yeah.
At least the snacks stay collected. I don't have to re-get those. Ooh, that one. I thought that was going to stop there. That was almost a disaster. Alright, this time we'll wait for it to show up.
Yes. But disasters make content.
They do make content. So does this.
You're correct.
By the way, that's the one optional power-up in the game, is that you can sneak past monsters and they won't notice you. I think the lamp and slippers is 2, technically, because you have to talk to a dude to get it, but I don't know why you wouldn't talk to him and get the lamp and slippers. That's your speedrunning. Okay. Here we go. Progress! Okay. Okay, so I cannot jump on that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Here we go.
Wahoo.
Ooh, I keep thinking they're going to stop, and they keep going. All right. Okay. Made it. Dang it. It's right over the switch. Just like looking down, just like, hmm. All right. I wonder if you can soft like yourself out of those. Oh no. Okay, hold on. So let's do this, and then that to kill him. They're a very specific enemy. But yeah, see, I can just get the snacks now. Way easier.
Yes.
But now, as far as I'm aware, this puzzle is forever solved. Camera locked. Progress has been made. This way. There's 2 paths, and you have to do both of them, I think. Yes, save.
No, no save. Only progress.
All right, here we go.
Only speedrun.
So I have to do this. I have to hit this switch. Yeah, it should be safe to jump into the thing that was just filled with, like, acid and poison. Surely nothing good happened.
Obviously.
Okay. I don't know if that switch does anything else or if the area is just there for Scooby snacks off the top of my head. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, that one speaks. I don't like that. Okay. Again, it's way easier to get the snacks after you finish the puzzle. Go
yeah,
in
but
here.
is it faster?
No. Alright. I don't remember this puzzle off the top of my head, so it's gonna keep going around. Ah, just short of the hitbox. There was like a platform that went up when we hit the switch. Does it come back down? I guess not.
Good job.
Woo! Well, let's see what this area is. Oh boy. Okay, I see how this works. Let's get rid of the enemies that don't respawn real quick. Okay, so we activated the platforms. All right, part 1 complete.
Complete.
Never mind. All right, we're just gonna do that. Just gonna keep you just in case. Just in case I need you for snacks. Like that. Boing.
Boing, 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 boing.
All right. So where's the platform that goes up from here? I think it was on the other side. I saw it. Yeah, there we go. Saw it briefly. We need to do something to him to get that monster token. Bam! Door is locked! Alright, let me get a good angle because I need to hit that switch in the center right there. Got it. Easy.
Easy clap.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Alright, go. I honestly did not expect this to be this short of an area. I love you can like hear the acid draining from the other room.
Yeah.
I think there's a snack gate down there. Fuck. Yep, there it is. Little piece of shit. How much does it need? $8.50.
We'll get to collect it.
All right, what do we got? We got 600 something. Well, this area has a lot that we haven't gotten, so I think this is like a primo. Yeah, this is like primo snack get time.
Primo snack farm.
I can find the way out from here. Obviously, there's like 5 more snacks somewhere in here, but I'm like, nah, it's only 5. We'll get those when I come back for 100%. Okay,
Yeah.
so I couldn't do this before. Okay, I don't want to go all the way up there because that's a shortcut to somewhere else I don't want to go. Yeah, by playing this game casually, you basically get to like 90% completion. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, okay. So this way. Ah, okay, that's where the snacks are. And
I can't believe they put the SpongeBob captain painting in here.
Oh my god.
You can't look at that and say I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but it's Redbeard.
So?
So apparently easier to gum the spider than it is soap the bat. There it is. I could have sworn I saw something up here. Well, spider is no longer an option.
Good. Fuck them. Stupid spiders.
Ah, say it's 669 for a second there. Right.
Rip fun numby.
Don't worry, we'll get to the next 69 in a little bit. Maybe. We might skip it.
Good. Skip the funny numby.
Okay, and I don't know if I have any snacks in this actual area left. Bonk. Red bonk. Hold on. Bonk. You still gotta wonder, like, how much the scientist has made just having a mansion like this.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I need the soap. Need the soap.
I can't believe she didn't see that giant dog running right at her.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. What's this sound? Yeah, I think I cleared that area out pretty well. This area, I know I didn't. For a few reasons. All the snacks are freaking up there, and I definitely pressed the button. I don't know if there's anything up there in that part. Maybe there is, I don't know. Okay, that might be like the only one. That's one monster I thought I was surprised I never saw was Jekyll and Hyde here. Alright, here we go. Here's where I definitely ignored some snacks because I didn't have a power-up to make this section doable without holding on to the chandelier. So I could do this. Nope, I want this. Thank you. Ah, dang it. I actually slammed down on it. I shouldn't have. Okay, well. Here we go. I'm assuming there's nothing up there based on the fact the camera didn't shift. There's only a couple times you actually have to search for stuff in this game. We missed one snack somewhere.
Wow.
My bane. Trying to go through this game, 100%ing it, and it's like, you missed one snack in these giant 4 zones. Good luck. So this way isn't the way forward. But I have to check for snacks, because we're at, what, 729? Thanks for the gum I didn't need.
More gum.
Thanks for the soap I didn't need. Thanks for nothing. Ah, yes, ice cream, thanks. I somehow dodged him, but alright. I was hoping I could make it by him. Got the sandwich. So, we got any interesting topic to talk about while I go snack hunting?
Yeah, sure. I got one.
What do you got?
I was gonna bring it up in the Zelda thing, but
Oh my god.
that was requiring both of our
Focus.
maximum effort.
Effort is a word for it. Yes,
Yeah.
we got it. Okay.
So, being on the topic of D&D, well, obviously we're not, but changing it to it. So, do you consider a corpse an object? Like, if a player character dies, or an NPC dies, it's like, do you consider that corpse an object?
It's a tough question.
Because I only bring that up because
There's a lot of discussion about it.
well, yeah, but because I saw it in a meme, or I guess not really a meme, but it's like a situation that's like a DM has a necromancer, right?
Yeah.
But they use animate objects.
In the purposes of that spell, no. I would say, honestly, the perfect answer is it's on a case-by-case basis. And because, like, there are certain spells that, like, here, you can carry an object up to, like, this weight. And I'd be like, yeah, for the cases of that, a dead body, I would consider an object because it is not alive. There's no soul inhabiting. It is not being animated by something. It is an object. However, in the terms of animate object, no, it's not an object. It's a dead body. There's a spell to animate dead bodies. It's called, I think it's like animate dead or something.
Dead.
Like it's animate dead. Like there's a spell for that.
But the DM, I assume, was using animate objects because they didn't want to have them as counted as undead because there was a cleric in the party.
Sorry, not getting around it. Even if you wanted to be like, okay, I'm gonna bend the rules and say animate object animates this dead body. Like, if you wanted to cast animate object on a dead body and I allow it, I would say you'd be severely limited on what you can do because of how complex the object is. Also, it doesn't animate object specify inanimate or inorganic?
I don't know. I'm gonna actually look at the wording of the spell.
But that would be like my counterpoint is like if you wanted to do animate object on dead body, I'd be like, you can, but you're going to be severely limited on what you can do. take this up to the top.
Well, all it says is objects come to life at your command. Choose up to 10 non-magical objects within range that are not being worn or carried.
It
Yeah,
said come to
so-
life. Okay.
Each target animates and becomes a creature under your command or control until the spell ends or reduced to 0 hit points.
I would say no, honestly, because it's like, well, I could technically consider a dead body an object for the purposes of some spells. Because there is a spell to reanimate a dead body and make it do things, no. It's like you can't use prestidigitation to make a light source because there's spells to do that. Now, granted, like, it's a light sources in D&D are a little bit weird. I don't necessarily agree with how all of them do, because like you can make, because like a candle doesn't technically count as like this light source or whatever. I don't know, but it's like, yeah, if you know, in the middle of a dark hallway, if someone lights a candle, I'm gonna be able to see it because it's lighting something up. So I feel like it should be like minimum like 2 feet of movement, even though it operates in like the 5-foot system. Like you can see it like in front of you. You can see the people around you with this candle, but you can't see anything else.
It's like, I don't think having like animate objects is like a bad thing, because it's as long as the DM isn't using that as a crutch all the time to fuck with the cleric or, you know, whatever.
The alternative thing is like you have animate because it becomes a creature, right? When you
Yes.
animate object, yeah, it's an undead. That's it. That's if you want to do it, it's like it's still an undead. It has all of the same things an undead does. You have now performed necromancy. Congratulations.
Well, I think they would be considered constructs technically.
Not for a dead body.
Well, they're with their objects though, so that would be like fall under the construct category.
And that's what I mean. It's like if you allow animate object on a dead body, it's just like no, it's just too much stuff going on with it. You have to do so many things. Meanwhile, if I just go like, all right, for the purposes of animate object, this body is not an object, then it's becomes so much clearer because it's like, yeah, we have the spell to do this. I want these 2 snacks.
Here's my counterpoint though, like counter argument, is animate dead, obviously, you know, there's a spell for it. So obviously you should use the spell that is designed for that purpose. But if you look at animate dead, it's a 3rd level spell.
Uh-huh.
And animate objects is a 5th level spell. So, I mean, obviously you have, you know, that to compare. But animate dead is literally one corpse. And you get a zombie or a skeleton, which is a CR half. So you're spending a 3rd level slot for a like half CR creature. Meanwhile, with animate objects, you're at least getting something that has more hit points, maybe twice or even 3 times the amount of hit points, a better damage, and just all around better stats.
So the one thing I would do is if we want, if, because again, I don't have the ability to pull up the spells. I do, but I don't want to just because I have to stop the game. But yo, what's up, Bud? Again, we're doing pretty all right. But the one thing I would say is like, one, I would still count the reanimated bodies as undead for the purposes of spells, because it's a really cheap way to get around cleric stuff and radiant damage and all that. Because I think, like,
Well, most
and
undead are not weak to radiance.
but you know what? But you know what I mean. Like all the stuff that is associated with undead, it's a cheap way to get around it. Now, on the flip side of this, because it is considered undead, I would not consider it a construct, meaning it is not weak to like thunder damage or something. It is, or it's not affected, stuff like that. You know what I mean? They even take here.
Yeah.
But you also, this is something you would have to consider in universe, is everyone thinks you have now raised these undead. Everyone thinks you have just performed necromancy. So you now have to deal with that. So that's something to consider. That's right, I didn't take the shortcut.
And the other thing is, like, sure, like, you get dense mechbray.
Macabre.
Yeah.
Don't ask why it's pronounced that way, I don't get it.
So you have that, and obviously that's also a 5th level spell. However, but that only affects 5. Obviously, animate objects, you can really only affect as minimum of like 5, but you could still get like 10 tinies. In a way, like you could somehow animate objects and have like 10 tiny skeleton. Or something, I don't know. But it's like, you then do not have, if you're playing a necromancer, or you're having like an enemy necromancer, like, I don't know, like, the way that leveled spells are, it's just weird.
I think, honestly, like, and I think animate dead is kind of like a little screwy in its own right. Like, I don't think it's as powerful as it should be for a 3rd level spell, considering you also have fireball.
Yep.
But it's regarding that, still technically see you as a necromancer, even if you argue it's not. You've got to deal with torches and pitchforks. Yeah, that's like the counter. It's like, okay, like you can, like I said, you can raise this body as a construct, but everyone else just watched you raise a dead body that just died. Good luck.
Because the only ones that can get animate dead are cleric and wizard, which, guess what? They have their 3rd level slot is being used for spirit guardians, spirit shroud, like fireball, lightning bolt, haste, slow.
No, I know. Trust me. It's like, that's what I mean. It's like, compared to all the other 3rd level spells out there, why does animate dead only give you one creature of a CR half that may have like 8 hit points or something? There we go.
Oh, my bad. They're CR 1/4.
That doesn't make it better.
It's like the skeleton has 13 hit points, and a zombie has like an average of 22.
I mean, that's not terrible, but it's like you still only get like 1. I'd argue for like 2, because that's 2 extra bodies in combat that can deal damage and take hits. I think that potentially carries social negatives to be more powerful to make up for it. Sounds like raising the dead is just a bad idea. I wasn't paying attention. I should have hit him twice. Yeah. It's just... Yeah, basically it. Missed 10 snacks somewhere. Whatever.
But the thing is, though, there are some games where necromancy is just like a thing.
Well, yeah, like Roll With Me has that in the north, but it's like the box standard D&D game is going to have necromancy be a bad thing. So it's not necessarily like this is something you have to consider in every game, but on a game by game basis, yes, this is something to consider. It's like everyone thinks you have now raised undead.
Yeah.
And for better or worse, even if necromancy is legal, again, Roll With Me, the North, everyone also thinks you have raised undead. They now think you have the power to do it.
Yeah.
So I would also it carries some implications here. Nice.
But regardless, like that's, more or less a DM thing of like the DM, using that as like an alternate way to raise corpses.
I would argue as a player, I'd allow you to do it. I would say a DM doing it is just a cheap way to get around clerics. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Yeah, trust me, I know, that was my immediate thought. I'm just like, there's a cleric in the party. Like, I get you don't want them to turn undead, but that's when you just use higher CR undead that they can't turn.
yeah, that's fine.
Which that's literally like the crutch of Animate Dead is that you're spending a third level slot to get 1 CR quarter, which a level 3 cleric
Can just
can easily turn. And like hell, level 5, which is usually when third level slots are gained by most classes. It's like they have the ability to turn like I think CR half to like CR 1.
8. Yeah. So I would argue, like, one, again, the DM doing it is just a cheap way to get around clerics. Unless there can be good ways to do it, but I think outside of very specific ways of doing it, which would be based heavily on the person who is doing the raising, I would just consider it cheap. I was gonna say, but I think the main problem between this argument lies in the fact that Animate Dead is not a good spell.
Yeah.
Like I think, like, I'm not gonna say a zombie is weak. In the grand scheme of things, yes, but I'm gonna be honest, most games probably don't get to that point where I would be like, yeah, a zombie is, for one person is nothing. But I think Animate Dead should be like 2 at base level, and you get like 1 more for each time you upcast it. 1 or 2 more for every time you upcast.
Yeah.
But I know there's like a bunch of dumb arguments where like, if dead body is an object, I can, use catapult on it or something. I'd be like, no. I mean, like, technically, if you really want to use catapult on a dead body, you're gonna have to. Your character is gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah. It's like the other root like discussion with that is like dimension door. That's like if you can dimension door with a corpse.
What's the specifics of Dimension Door again?
I think it is. I can look, but I think offhand it's like worded as you can take 1 willing creature or an object and teleport up to 500 feet in an unoccupied space.
I would say you could Dimension Door with it, but it's like you couldn't. Again, you couldn't take a person and a corpse?
You can bring along objects as long as their weight does not exceed what you can carry. You can also bring one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying gear up to its carrying capacity. The creature must be within 5 feet of you when you cast this spell.
So you can do both.
Yes.
Now, the one thing, this is actually where I would consider, like, strength stat for carrying capacity. Like, because I think carrying capacity is a little fucky, rules-wise.
Yeah.
Because it's like, by the rules it's written, wizards are, like, severely punished and stuff for not having a high strength stat. But I would be like, all right, wizard, high intelligence, all that stuff, but you have like 11 strength, right? Maybe lower. Maybe you have a -1. I don't know how you all build your characters. Maybe you have muscle wizard. I don't fucking know.
Muscle wizard.
But I would be like, all right, you can cast Dimension Door. You can carry the corpse in this person by a spell surgeon. However, your strength set is 9, and this guy weighs 300 pounds. Like, I would argue you would have to like do something else to carry this guy through Dimension Door.
I mean, either that or like half whatever distance they were going to do.
Yeah.
It's like that would be one rule of cool thing I would do. It would be like, okay, sure, you want to teleport, you have upwards of 250 feet. Instead of the full 500, you can only go half the distance. I mean, sure, in a way that doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it's like I'm willing to reward you, but at the same time, you got to make some sacrifices here.
I'm allowing you to do this thing, but because of various factors, like, you're not gonna be able to use the full power of this spell. Wisdom Intelligence could potentially allow moving heavy stuff short distances, fulcrums, etc. Yeah, like I said, it's like, I'm not going to discount the fact that, magic can do things, but the body is still 300 pounds, and you were carrying someone else. If you were doing one, like, obviously, if you're carrying if you're just doing with another willing creature, doesn't matter. But I would argue it only comes up when you're doing both. I think it's like, all right, because realism really doesn't have much of a place, but realistically, I can just lift my hands up under the body, lift it up a little bit. I am now technically carrying it, and I can just go and be, 500 feet away.
Yeah. I mean, technically, via how Dimension Door works, you just have to touch the thing. You don't even technically have to be carrying it.
Yeah.
Those buttons over there should take care of this guy. Try swinging for my legs, pal.
Like, it'll be fine, man.
Like Zoinks, dude.
Ain't no way that can go wrong. But as you can see, that's why I saved that for not.
Yeah, I was not going to be able to do that.
that.
I was not going to be able to do that and Link to the Past at the same time. Like,
Yep.
That takes care of him. But I didn't bring my water wings. Get rid of that water, pal.
Did you like flush it down the drain or what?
It's the shark drain.
It's just like it's fucking gone.
I think there is an explanation, but I don't know if it works for the shark.
It's like anti-shark button.
Not even a sandwich for my trouble. Also, those respawn. Just didn't think those would respawn. But yeah, everyone else, you know, seemingly grew up. It's like, I played Final Fantasy growing up, and I'm like, I played this.
Yeah.
Rudy. Good job, Scoob. Now get down here and give me a boost.
Oh, didn't think you'd hit the edge. All right, talk.
Gee, Scoob, we can get out of here. Like, follow me, pal. Okay, let's go. Right?
You gotta wait for him to get there.
Yeah.
All right, we ready for the final boss?
I guess.
Ready, Lefty, Wilma, Raleigh. Hey, Scoob.
Scooby, we glad to see you.
Hey, pal. What am I? Chopped liver? Chopped liver.
Yeah, I figured that. That was the joke.
That vat is filled with acid.
Acid?
Come on, Scooby, you can do it. We're almost at the end of this mystery.
And I've got a plan.
Okay, here I come. Ooh.
There's a save point over here. Yes, please. I would like to save my progress. Okay, so this is the one we want first. I want the power-ups. Wow. Okay. Rude.
Indeed.
Am I supposed to get that?
And you call yourself a great.
A great.
A great.
How am I supposed to get that? So, looks like I should be able to get it normally, but maybe not. There we go.
You were just being bad.
I was just a little off.
Good job, Scooby.
The dog has been pet. Good game.
Acid anyway. The acid in those vats is used for etching. It was used to make those funky lenses that were in my glasses.
This must be part of the professor's top secret invention.
Jinkies! And now I know just what it is. The professor was making super real holograms.
Like, what on earth is a hologram?
Holograms are images made out of solid light, Shaggy. Like the creeper from my glasses.
Like, wow. So that's where all the monsters have been coming from.
Jeepers.
Really? Where's no roasts?
That's right, Scooby. No ghosts. Now listen up, gang. I've got a plan. But Scooby's gonna need to keep the mastermind distracted for it to work.
Me?
And that will buy us all the time we need to turn the tables on old Fright Face.
Yeah. And then he'll face the fright. Ready, Scoob? I'm not going anywhere.
Well, would you do it for a Scooby snack? How about
3.
a whole box of Scooby snacks?
Okay. Well, I'm ready. Right?
All right, here we go. No.
One whole box, singular.
Oh, hold on. I gotta plug in my headset because I didn't do it last night. Fuck. Okay, there we go. I'm ready. I'm gonna take a sippy. From my cheap ass water bottle. Alright. Bonk.
Ah, yes. Soon it will all be mine. My brilliant plan is working perfectly. All that remains is... What? Impossible. How did you, a worthless cur, make it this far?
I don't know.
Well, your luck ends here, as well as all 9 of your lives.
I think that's cats. Cat?
I think that's cats.
I can't believe Scooby's boss music is playing.
Right?
I've been there, taunting you. I'll send my holograms everywhere.
I can't believe I did that. I almost barely didn't get it. Got the focus limit. There is a time limit there.
Yeah.
Then I had to do the second phase. Yeah.
It's the end of the line for you, running in circles, tracking.
Give me that.
Taunting. It's the end of the line for you, holograms everywhere. I've done it now.
Got it.
Got him.
Why? That's positively shocking.
Got it. Why is Scooby doing this when everyone else is right outside the room? They should at least be helping. They're gonna get that dog taken away. I don't get why they didn't help more than they did, but I think in this instance it's for the game is to make you feel special because hey, you did it.
Yeah.
Now it's time to get to the bottom of this mystery. Come on, gang. Let's see who the mastermind really is.
Because like in the show they always had like Shaggy with
I
him.
think I know who this guy really is. It's that spooky groundskeeper, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Blame the spooky groundskeeper. It's always the spooky groundskeeper. What do you people have against groundskeepers? Some detectives. Why don't you just say the butler did it? But no, it's always got to be the groundskeeper, don't it? Anytime some ghost scares somebody off a well-kept lawn, it's just got to be the groundskeeper. Like we couldn't just put up a sign that says keep off the grass. Nah, I'll just get myself a big old rubber monster suit.
As I was
I love the monologue.
who the mastermind
Yeah.
really is.
It's Professor Alexander Graham.
Oh, me? Oh, my.
Uncle Alexander? I don't believe it.
I knew it all the time.
Something just doesn't add up. If you ask me, someone's playing a nasty trick. A trick of the light.
I
Wow!
love that like
This is just another
super poly cheese.
Holly,
Mhm.
what are you doing there?
Zoinks! But Holly's right.
Ta-da!
Shaggy, that Holly was just another hologram. The real Holly has been the mastermind the entire time. Think about the clues.
Remember how Holly said she followed all of our cases? Only she'd know enough about our old foes to program holograms of them.
And I noticed how she passed through that rail near the secret lab.
By setting up a hologram of herself when the mastermind was around, she'd have the perfect alibi.
But what I don't get is how she got the professor here. In a mastermind costume, no less.
Well, that's simple. She used my patent-pending, dressed for supper, suck you upper. I spent so much time in the lab that I built a device that could get me dressed and to the front door in seconds. That way I can...
Be on time to pay the pizza delivery man.
Exactly.
Well,
Holly must have used it to get here ahead of us and switch places with her uncle.
Who she'd already stuffed up there.
It was very uncomfortable, let me tell you.
Like, and don't forget the most important clue of all. Hologram. Get it? Hologram.
Got him.
well.
But why?
I didn't trust her when I first saw her, but then realized it was because she was so generic looking and I dismissed
Go
it.
through all of this?
You guys would have caught my uncle, and when he was sent to jail, I'd steal his super hologram invention and claim I came up with it myself.
This is not like this cutscene.
Fortune, too.
Apparently.
It was a good plan.
Yeah, and I would have gotten away with it, too, if not for you meddling kids and your pesky dog.
Huh?
Here, Professor, let me help you.
Oh, thank you, kids. I don't know how to repay you.
Well, all these vittles are a great start. Hey! Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Oh, the groundskeeper's like,
Yeah.
all right. I don't think I can skip this, so I'm just gonna mute that just in case. So I don't think I can skip this. I'm trying. Button. Yeah, so I can't skip that. But Yeah, I was gonna say it as the cutscene is over. So yeah, I said this earlier. It's like those episodes of old Scooby Doo. It's like, all right, we have seen three people. We've seen the generic schmucks that have no name and appeared in only one scene anyway. We have we have the ghost, and we have the other guy. It's always the other guy. Holly's just the other guy in this. We have the gang, the ghosts, and Holly. It's got to be Holly. It can't be anyone else. There's no one else.
Yeah.
I just don't want to get bod muted for this. Can I?
Yeah.
I don't want to fast forward. I don't want to try and figure out fast forward because I don't have it set up or programmed. I don't even know what I would set it up to be on this controller. It's honestly just, this song is just a remix of the Scooby-Doo theme. Anyway, as you can tell, stream can't. But
Yes.
I'm trying to think of like what I can do to fill the dead air because I can't skip this. This is the one thing I think games have done well, and then like a lot of game developers haven't done, is like allow me to skip the credits or like make them faster. And it's like, yeah, I know like it's a really big thing being in the credits of like a game, right?
Yeah.
But it's like there are times when I just want to skip the credits, or like I just want to get to the end and be done. Because I remember Pokemon Omega Ruby was I beat the champion, and then you have like the really long credit sequence. So my DS was red, like on the red lights, its power is low, and like halfway through the credits, it starts blinking red. And I'm like, oh no. So like in Omega Ruby, after you go through the credits, you have the freaking rival fight.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the entire rival fight. While the DS is blinking red because the charging cable's not nearby. I'm like, oh no. And I have one thing I haven't shown off on stream.
Shall we plant out here? Posies? Petunias? Wait, I've got.
I need 150. Fuck you.
Can't have enough ragweed.
Hold on. Where can I get 15? Yeah, this should be a good area.
Well, I need to get another drink.
Well, you can get that real quick. I'm gonna take another sip of water. Some games a lot. Slay the Spire does at least after the first time showing them. Yeah. Then there's games like Borderlands where you can skip the credits, but I still don't know what button it is. I've done it like 8 times. Give me a snack. There we go. Yes, there's another one over here. Yeah, there's a lot of snacks I didn't get in this area. This is just because I was just rushing through and I didn't need to. Let's see. Oh, I thought I could break you. But honestly, like, for like series based or for game based on series, this is still like, even now, this is a pretty decent game. Like, there's not much jank controlling it. Like, there's still a little, but not a ton. But like thinking about like that, there's I watched a critical video of like IGN's like top most disliked game reviews, and like one of them was apparently the rehydrated SpongeBob game. For like, it was apparently like a low score because it wasn't challenging enough and didn't do anything new. It was like, oh, it's just like, you know, it's just the old game, but again. And just he had the same thought I did. It's like, yeah, but that's what everyone wanted. It's like, we just want this game, but looking better. Might as well get this next one here. So I can 100% complete this game a fourth time. Or third, I don't remember. It's either 3 or 4. Ow! Fucking fell again. Okay. I still gotta get back for the warp gate, so this works out. Let's let this carry us around. You get off the conveyor belt, and then I'll read that. Okay. Then.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Let's see.
Rummy. Ruby's next. It's a warp gate.
They wanted a prettier version of the original, maybe with some minor tweaks that aren't noticeable. It's what a remaster is. Game beers can be a weird bunch. Yeah. I'm talking about the SpongeBob rehydrated thing. Apparently, it's one of IGN's most like disliked reviews.
Huh.
Because they gave it a low score because it didn't do anything new. It was just the old game, but like looking prettier. And I'm like, and me and Critical were like, that's what everyone wanted.
Yeah.
It's not like Pokemon, which has a history of, you know, here's the old game looking better, but with more things. And then when Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl came out, and they were, here's exactly the same basically exactly the same code now running on the Switch with chibi models. Like,
yeah.
And like there were tweaks, and then they like, and it's like the typical Pokemon thing of like, they took 3 steps forward in this direction and then 5 steps back in another direction. All right, here we have the monster gallery. A little picture gallery. And like pictures and stuff. Like you get all the snacks in an area, and then you can get, you know, different concept art and stuff like that. Like all that, those old Windows like 5 models or whatever, or like Windows or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know what software this is. I'm actually curious. It's like they showed you like how do they kind of like make the game. Look at level.
Video games.
Yeah, but it's like you get all the snacks in Mystic Manor, and you get more things. Then you can watch the movies again, and you collect the monster tokens, and you get like these things. So you get like there's like the first episode, and you get like the trivia is like, what was the show Scooby-Doo Where Are You originally going to be called? I don't even know. Yeah, Mystery 5 and Who's Scared? Good lord. Scarlet and Violet are mostly sets forward, thankfully, some performance issues. A lot of people think the graphics look bad. The people who think the graphics look bad are the same people who are going to complain about graphics on the Switch. Like, I'm not going to say there aren't games that don't look good on the Switch, but I'm not going to lay that at the blame of the companies, because Nintendo trying to make a console and a handheld is just holding itself back. I think they could make a really good console if they didn't try to do both at the same time.
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't think Scarlet and Violet look that much worse than like Breath of the Wild.
It really didn't.
And
There's
everyone
yeah.
and everyone says Breath of the Wild is a fantastic, beautiful game.
Now there are a couple of things with the textures, like there's like weird morphing when you go up to cliffs.
Yeah.
Like there's weird morphing. There's definitely a couple of areas where like the camera zooms in real close on those textures, and I'm just like, that doesn't look good up close. But like, and I think most of the problems with Pokemon in general come from the fact that they are forced to rush these games out.
Yeah.
I would wager 99% of the problems come from that.
Because trust me, like, I'm sure we would have gotten a game that is similar to Scarlet and Violet if they had brought Breath of the Wild 2 this year.
Yep.
If it came out, this last summer, we would have had the probably same issue that Scarlet and Violet has.
The main thing is, and this is what I don't get. It's like there's the yearly releases thing, right? When did Arceus come out? Like, when did it actually come out? Was it this year?
I think it was like early this.
I feel like it was, but I don't know. My sense of time is garbage.
I'd have to look it up.
January 28th. Okay, yes. So everyone's saying it's here. I'm inclined to believe multiple people that don't talk to each other saying the same thing. Allowing to hire 100 or so games time or workers. Yeah, but it's like, okay, so let's take, some people have said it's like, okay, but they require annual releases of Pokemon games. It's like both Arceus and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl released this year. Why were they forcing a game to release this year?
Because they weren't the next gen. They weren't main games, essentially. One was a offshoot, and the other was just a simple remake.
But it's like, this is what I'll say, and I'll say this again in a spoiler discussion video. I haven't downloaded a patch yet. I don't know if it's out because I've been streaming for the past hour and a half, and it wasn't out when we started. But having played, okay, well, I'll take your word on it. Having played the entire game from start to finish, and basically completing the Pokédex aside from the exclusives, I lost the word for a second, and doing a bunch of terror raids, this game is in final pre-release stage, development-wise. The only thing they really had left was optimizing and fixing bugs. That's it. This game could have waited another 3 months and we'd have gotten something great.
Yep.
Like 2 months behind on Scarlet Violet. It's amazing. It works as well as it does. Yeah. Just... It really just... I really think at some point, because it's the Pokemon company, it's not Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because is there such thing as a second party game? So I hear first party and third party, but like it's like this weird thing like second person. It kind of weirdly doesn't exist, but does. Because that's what I think like Pokemon would be. Because like Game Freak / the Pokemon Company doesn't do anything with anyone else besides Nintendo, I'm pretty sure. But it's like Nintendo is not developing it in-house.
The thing is, it's still under the Nintendo brand, so it's technically via that. It is a first-party game.
That's what I mean. It's like, that's what I mean. It's just like, is there this weird like second party step that I've never heard of before?
I don't think so. I think it's either like it is the brand, so it is first party, and it's like third party is like outsource or whatever.
Yeah, but apparently, according to other people, and I haven't done research on this, but apparently, um, Nintendo does have like a 30% share in Pokemon Company. It's not a majority share, so they don't like control the company. But I feel like they have enough of a stake in it. They really should step in and like fix it and be like, guys, you don't need yearly releases. Like, you can wait a couple of months for this to be better. You guys, because it's like, I don't know what the fuck happened with Sword and Shield. I hated that game. I don't want to go back and play it. But Scarlet and Violet shows that they know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to like making a game. It's just they don't have enough time to make it good on release. And it's realistically, I think Nintendo should, since it's on their console, it's under their name, people look at them and go, Nintendo, what the hell are you doing? And not the Pokemon Company. Like, guys, you can do something about this. And they don't.
It's just made worse that this is the highest grossing series for a video game pretty much of all time. So it's like we get these like subpar games for, you know, they have the money. They could do it.
They just don't, because they, for some reason, it's like, yes, it's going to sell, but it's also going to sell no matter what. So why not, you know, wait a little bit and get a way better release and way better word of mouth than you get releasing a game in a basically unfinished state. Media franchise, I think it's top 3 games only. Yeah.
Like because that was kind of the argument with like Sword and Shield is like we got this game and they are like a multi-billion-dollar, you know, franchise. Like,
I think so. Sword and Shield, I don't think looked as bad as people really would have you believe.
oh, of course.
But the main issue, and again, this is where I don't understand what happened with Sword and Shield. Like, you had Sun and Moon. I loved Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon's biggest problem was just going through the intro cutscenes if you wanted to play again. It took forever. Like, that was really the only issue it had. Because I loved playing the game. I loved all the stuff it did. I loved all the music, blah, 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 blah. I basically loved everything about it. Sword and Shield comes out.
What do you want from me?
It looks okay. The music is pretty...
All the answers? If I did, do you think I'd be a groundskeeper?
Okay, he's done. But it's like, it looked fine. I liked the Pokemon designs. The music was okay, but it's like, pretty much everything about it, aside from the designs, was just okay. And it was such a massive step downward. Like, I don't know what happened. Because the story was boring. It didn't make sense. The catch rate was fucked. The raids were slow. Dynamax could only be used like 9 times in the story. Maybe. As opposed to every other gimmick we've had, which you could like, you know, even Mega Evolutions, like, yeah, you had to have the specific Pokemon, but I could use Mega Evolutions every battle. I could use Z moves every battle. I can terrorize any battle I want. I have to go back to the Pokemon Center, but I can do it any battle I want. And so it's just, with Sun and Moon being really good and Scarlet and Violet being really good, but Sword and Shield not, I just like, what happened? I have to wonder what happened. It feels like a test game. It's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like it was a proof of concept game that they gave us and marketed it as like a new game, and it just didn't feel it. All right.
I don't know. I enjoyed Sword and Shields personally, but
I enjoyed playing through it, but in retrospect, I'm never playing that game again. If they ever split the DLC so I can buy the Tundra separately, I will buy the Tundra, but I'm not paying $30 for it. The first DLC is only if you play competitive. That is the only reason you'd ever get it. Because apparently the story for the first DLC was like an hour long, maybe 2-3 hours long. But like the main reason you would get it is like you would get it for like the Pokemon, which you didn't need to get anyway, because all you needed to do was get a friend who had it and they could trade it to you. But like the main thing the first DLC added was like the mints, the IV stuff, the EV stuff. It added everything you would need for competitive play. It didn't add anything else. Well, it didn't add anything else that I would need to buy it for. If I wanted, a Pokemon that they added in with it, I could just be like, hey, you got the DLC, can you trade me a Spongemon? I don't fucking know what's in the DLC. And then the Tundra is what I would have wanted, because it's like the little caves and stuff. You go in, you fight the monster, and you come out. And you do it again. And there's a whole bunch of Pokemon they added. But they didn't split it, and realistically, the only one I'm going to play is going to be the Tundra DLC. And I'm sorry, it's not worth $30. So I'm hoping if they release more DLC for this game, I can purchase them individually. But anyway, we have a little bit of time left to get 100%. Which area do you want to go? Maze, Manor, or the Smuggler's Cove?
Manor.
The Manor?
You heard of mad science, right?
No.
I'm what you call
Rush game to get a mainline release on Switch, later developed by people who were either new to Pokemon or released the Switch. I don't think it was new to the Switch, because that game, aside from like trying to run online in the wild area, ran pretty well. I don't think I had any like game issues with it, like running it. An overall expansion pass like last time. They could also not do DLC, and it seems very unlikely there won't be added content. Well, the reason I really think that there will be added content, and this isn't spoilers because you can look at the map immediately and see it, is there's a large area in the top right that you just can't get to, but there is more landmass there.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like there's supposed to be something there. Just how battles are optimized like a Diamond and Pearl versus Platinum. That's Kalos. I don't know what you meant by that's Kalos. So I don't think Diamond and Pearl were Kalos. I think that was X and Y.
Right? It's the Headless Spectre.
No. I mean, like, on the continent of Paldea, there is a part of the map that you cannot access. There is ocean in the corner of it, and then there's a part of the landmass on the continent that you cannot get to. It's not a landlocked thing. It's not something I can see in the distance. It's something like I can circumvent the entire... It's an island. I can circumvent the entire thing on the ocean, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's Kalos. I don't think they linked them up, because they never do that. If they do it this time, they're probably going to do something with it. I don't know. I'll have to look at it.
Right? It's the Headless Spectre.
But I'm likely guessing that would be like the first DLC area.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I think it's the first DLC area. Maybe they'll add Absol and it'll be a good game.
Nope, it'll forever be a bad game. You should uninstall.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I could turn on my Switch right now and look at it, but I think that would be deviating from stream. Did I get all the snacks in this area? No, I didn't. I'm missing 5 somewhere.
It's a werewolf! Right?
Triple kill.
Triple kill.
Where is these? Where are these 10 snacks I'm apparently missing somewhere? There's a 5. 5. Meaning it's most likely a box of snacks somewhere.
You know what? I was thinking that as a joke, and I didn't say it.
What?
That, oh, it's probably you're missing a box. If you are.
Let's look in here real quick. It's just a lamp thing. Yeah, I don't want to go that way. That's the exit. This way. Please take a trench geographically or region based on Dora. Oh, Callus extend all the way south from memory. It's mainly just usually the games aren't like all of the stuff are like not linked to another thing. Like the only game I can think of that was linked to another landmass was Gen 2, and it was Kanto and Johto together. I can't remember any other map that actually had something attached to it.
It's a warp gate!
Where is this mysterious box of snacks I'm apparently missing?
Right! It's the Headless Spectre!
Was it in the first area and I just wasn't paying attention?
Yeah.
It's Geronimo!
I want to see if I make sure it wasn't above the warp gate. I don't think it was, but Sword and Shield might have been attached, but I don't think it was.
I mean, some games they've been like close-ish to each other, but they have not been really attached.
Don't remember how you get in here. Is there no warp gate here? Of course not. Wait, no, there's one in the next area. I feel like it's more likely that they'll do DLC so they can have more Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like Sword and Shield, where it's just like, you know, an isolated bit of area. Contact Jodo venue over rounds. I'm pretty sure that I'll play next to them. Callous now, but I think there's line connected to it. This is all based on like memory of games that I have not played in a while. I am like 90% sure about Paldea though. So let's go back. I know Hoenn were islands. I know for sure that was because there was nothing connected to it. Sure, maybe the top part was, but that'd be it. Yeah, Paldea has a huge unclimbable cliff face northeast. Yeah, and then you can. I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't think there's a bit of land. I need to sail up there and remind myself to be sure. Because I don't think I fully... I didn't go all the way, but I think most of that is like sea. I have to look at it again. Spooky.
Poopy.
Alright, there's nothing back here. Like I said, this is what drives you insane, is trying to 100%. It's like, what? Where's the one thing I missed? Where's the one thing?
Yeah, usually how it goes.
I'd argue one of the only things worse is like Mario and like, how do I get the one star coin? Because they're shorter levels, but some of those star coins are infuriating.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's nothing in here. But regardless of like what that landmass is, it leads me to believe that there's going to be something there, and it's probably going to be DLC, because it's extremely weird for them to have part of the... I don't know if they've ever done that where you have part of the map that you can see but can't get to.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think how it's just going to be on the view of the map where I'd expect France to. They really haven't deviated from real geography overall landscape, at least in the basic sense. I'll take your word on it. I would have to look at maps and stuff. Because... what was the first game that they made, like, based off of, like, an actual non-Japan place? Where they, like, actually, like, stuck to geography. Because I feel like...
I think it was 4th gen.
That's what I want to say, because I'm 90% sure Hoenn was not based on, like, any real thing. It may have been, I don't know. If it was based on something, it was Japan. Like, and I don't know Japan, so...
Yeah.
I wanted to say Gen 4, but... What's Gen 4 called? Sinnoh?
Yeah.
Gen 4 Sinnoh.
If anything, I would say Gen 5 because it was like...
Gen 5 was Unova?
Yeah.
Unova was... America? Or New York, specifically?
They had, like, at least, like, New York specifically in there. So it's like... I would say it,
what the fuck?
It was at least, like, Eastern.
Look at this shit. Look at this fucking box.
Alright, so at least, like, Gen 5. Gen 5 is probably, like, a... hard, like... kind of hard pass.
Because, like, the...
like a C minus, you know, barely passing.
Before Unova, because that was based on something else, was everything was Japan, and those were more based on specific regions of Japan rather than something else. So I'd have to look way more into it than just looking at a picture of Spain and comparing it to Paldea, for example. You know, obviously there's more to it than that, but like at least in like a general sense, I'd still have to do more. So we had Unova was somewhat based on New York. Kalos was based on France. Sun and Moon was obviously based on Hawaii. It can't be anything else. And we have Sword and Shield was based on the UK, I think.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Europe, but it was at least the UK. British in the Isle of Man. What about the Isle of Lady? Bad joke.
No, they extincted all the lady.
Only man.
Only man. Man has to suffer without woman.
Whoa, man. Can't believe you do that.
Yeah.
Subscribe for more bad jokes. I mean, great jokes. I do know that Gen 4 was kind of when I stopped really wanting to play Pokemon. Gen 5 was when I absolutely said no because I didn't want to deal with the designs they had. I'm still, like, not a huge fan of those designs in general. Like, Clef, like, you know, the obvious ones, Klefki, Trubbish, Vanillish.
Yeah.
But I did listen to someone, because I think it was from Mike, who used to edit for TFS and ended up being a huge jerk. But the argument he made for, like, why... Well, no, it's not him, because he did something else. But it was the argument of, like, okay, it's like, you're getting mad about a trash bag and an ice cream cone and a key from a thing based on New York. Gen 1 had a rock. It was just a rock.
A rock.
It was a rock. Like...
A snake made of rocks.
And it was just... There was one, it's just a snake. It's just a piece of grass. Like...
It's just a rat.
It's literally just a rat. And I'm like, all right, fair.
This is just sludge.
I'm like, I'm not even gonna pretend that, like, that I'm not even gonna pretend that Vanillish and Klefki and Trubbish are the laziest designs they've made. I'm sorry, Pidgey is literally, it's just a bird.
Just bird.
Pidgeotto is just a really big bird, and Pidgeot is just a slightly bigger bird. They are bog standard birds. It's not even like, you know, Pidove is like a dove, and there's like pigeons and pheasants. Like, no, it's just like generic bird. If I am talking about a bird, you'd probably like, oh, you know, a thing that flies and has feathers. But I will also, like, I will go with Mike's argument. It's like, I can't even call, I can't even say, fucking one snack somewhere, god damn it. I can't even, like, call those designs, most of those designs, lazy, because, like, Grimer is, like, it's pollution personified. That's a thing that's been done before. You know, the earth personified. That's a thing that has been done before. But I'm sorry, it's just a rat. It's literally called Rattata. It's just a rat. Alright, where's the one snack that I missed?
Then Raticate is the big, just big rat, and it makes all the rules.
Yeah. I still cannot believe I have not seen that video until one of your players showed it to me.
Yeah.
And then, so I watched that video, and I watched more TFS stuff afterwards, because that's what I do. I just have it on in the background. But, But there are like 4 videos that they've done that I have watched that have that reference in it, and I just somehow skipped completely over it. Like, there's the Among Us VR chat thing they did, and there was a rat avatar that Zito had, and he had like this thing where he sent out swarms of rats, and it plays the song, and if you listen to it, you hear "I'm the big rat that makes all of the rules" while it's doing it. And I'm like, how did I not notice this before?
Yeah.
I don't think the snack is in here. If it is, I'm gonna be surprised.
Rolly. Oh, right. Right, it's a werewolf.
Wish to be on the hitbox. Yeah. Oh yeah, so like we were all talking about Pokemon. I will plug GDQ because they did some fun stuff with it. They did a like a slightly different version of like what's faster between Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and it's not really like a what's faster versus like, you know, one person playing one game, the other person doing the other, and seeing who can get further faster.
Yeah.
So we're basically doing like how many badges can you get. It wasn't doing like an all story thing. Look at this guy. I'm trying to figure out my words. They were doing like okay, a starbase is a badge, a Titan is a badge, and obviously a gym badge is a badge. And it's like, all right, we're not doing any percent. You're not having to prepare to do the final bit of story at the end. You don't have to do all of this. So you're not having to prepare. You can be like, I don't want to do the ghost gym. It's slow, because it is. So they're just doing that, and that was really fun to watch. And then they did kind of just a fun thing for Thanksgiving where they were just going like, all right, how many quote unquote stars can we get? Like if you did like a gym badge, it was like 1 star. If you got a badge, it was like a star, but a raid was, you know, however many stars it was. But, you know, if you had 2 players doing a 2-star raid, you got 4 stars from doing it. So it was really fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You get to learn a few things about how that game works. And the one thing I'm actually curious to see if they carried it over was apparently like Pokemon level wise, and at least Let's Go is levels that ending in 3, 5, 8, or 0 are apparently damage boosting levels.
Yes, I do remember that.
I don't know if that's the same in Scarlet and Violet, but that's also like listening to them was like how I found out that not Scarlet, Sword and Shield had like a really scuffed catch rate if it was over your level. It was like a thing could be 1 level over you, but you know, in like at 1 HP with a sleep status event, and it would be like an 18% catch, like, or something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Where's this one snack? There's 1 snack in this area. Let me know if you see it anywhere. I think hold on, let me see if it's back here. Nope. You know what the snacks look like now.
Yeah.
level thing is in every main game as far as I've heard. Yeah, I've only been like recently looking at Pokemon speedruns, but gosh, I got to imagine the routing scene for Scarlet and Violet was insane, and there's already like a ton of different variations that they're looking at. And obviously you gotta like, on top of like, where do I go for, in terms of badge order, star bases, titans, you've also got to like, all right, what starter do you pick? Like, what Pokemon do you pick up along the way? Because there's the terrestrial Pokemon, there's a bunch of fixed spawns.
Yep.
Like right out of the gate, you can pretty much go out of your way and get a level 40 like Houndstone.
Yeah, and with the weird, like, I guess trainer teleportation, with
Glitch.
battle stuff,
Yeah.
it's like you can essentially go anywhere without even entering the main city.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so there's a cutscene when you leave the city for the first time. You can apparently just jump over the wall and it skips it.
Wow.
And just puts you outside the gate.
I did that by accident, like, obviously later, but I can see that.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Because I was jumping around in town, and then I, like, jumped, and then I started getting a loading screen, and a long one at that. I'm like, what is even happening? What did I do? And then I was, like, tossed outside. I'm like, oh.
I have to love that the game, if you try to jump into a team starbase, it kicks you out and says, what are you trying to do? Stop being rude. This is our place. Go in through the front gate like a normal person.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like, and again, like, it just lends more credence to, like, Sword and Shield being a test game, but it's like, the difference in quality and basically every single aspect aside from like maybe designs, because again, I liked the designs in Sword and Shield. I liked a lot of the new mods. Like I loved Impidimp and Morgrim question mark second form and Grimstar. I loved those. Like I'm trying Corviknight, the Corviknight, I loved those. The fucking sheep thing, Wooloo. I lost her, so I was like, I was literally about to say like waffle. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Yes, the waffle.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what its Evo is. It's the steel sheep thing.
Swallow. Swooloo.
Is it actually?
No.
Okay. Kind of while in Spawned League, I'd worried I'd broken the game. Yeah, I wonder when the league opens up. So I'm pretty sure it opens up before you can actually, get there.
I think you just need climb.
I don't know. But I mean, like, there's the gate.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And like, again, not a spoiler. On the other side of the gate, there's a short path, and there's like level 5s on it. So it makes me wonder, like, there's level 5s on the other side of this gate. When does the gate open? There's nothing like new there, but Dubwool, okay. I've seen someone attempt it early. You failed the first part. Yeah, well, it's more of like the gate and not the actual league, because obviously they check the badges you have, and you can't get in without 8 badges. I will say honestly though, the Elite Four, like, so there's the Elite Four like music bug, and I know like having a music bug sucks because then you don't get to listen to the awesome music. However, the first 10 seconds of the Elite Four theme might be like the most tense thing, and just having that repeat for like the entire fights is nuts.
Yeah.
It gives the Elite Four fights a completely different feel, and honestly, like, I really liked it because it was just tense the entire time in like a really fitting way.
Yeah.
I just realized there's another part of this level I never went to, and the snack's probably there.
Yeah, I would assume.
Drove me nuts. Restarted the game after winning, and it works. Okay, look, we all know that I have the best memory ever, right? So I heard that there was Elite Four music bug, and promptly forgot about it. I got to Elite Four and didn't even think twice.
Same.
However, I did listen to the Elite Four theme afterwards. It's really good.
Yes.
I have no idea where this one fucking snack is. Absolutely bugs the shit out of me that I don't know. Ah! Hadn't even heard there was a bug. I just knew they wouldn't make us a super pack for the Elite Four. In hindsight, yes, that absolutely makes sense. They wouldn't. It just doesn't make sense. However, it's just like the first 10 seconds worked so well with what I was experiencing that it just I never thought twice about it.
Yeah.
I did like the increased difficulty on like trainers and stuff though that they had in this game.
Yeah.
I think because it's like obviously like some of the trainers are easy, but it's like they have a variety of Pokemon, so they don't have like the same for you know what? That's it. I like that the grunts didn't have the same 5 fucking Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like there's some variety.
Yeah, I was surprised at like the things that they were throwing out. I'm like, oh man, they had this.
You
What
have
the
these
fuck?
guys? Like I loved it. And I know some people, there have been some people who have decried the friendly rival. Give me more friendly rivals. Like, I love it. I feel like you can do so much more with it when you have someone that I don't hate their guts. Like, you can give them a story because they can keep showing up, and I don't go, man, I fucking hate you. Stop showing up.
Yeah, but I could see that about like some of the friendly rivals too.
I'm not
It's
going to
like,
say all of them are perfect, but like, and talking like in general, I think it works better.
yeah,
It's like, look, Gary in the anime was really nice. Gary in the game sucked. I hated him. He showed up at the worst times. It's awful. But I think I'm probably gonna go back and take a warp gate. Or actually, I'm gonna save right here. I want a nasty rival again. Hasn't happened since Gen 2 in the ratings. I want a Paul in the game. I want a proper JRPG from Pokemon. I think they were close with Sun and Moon. They were really close with Sun and Moon. Because they had Gladian, who was like because look, people don't like Hal. I think they're wrong. I really liked what they did with Hal. Because he never was like, I'm here to do this cool thing. The Island Challenge is this cool. Yeah, I want to beat my dad because he's my pops, and everyone like compares me. I want to beat him, but Island Challenge is also kind of like it's this really cool thing, and I'm like, I want to journey with you because it's fun. I want to have fun because that's what this game is about. And then like obviously stuff starts to go down, and he's like, all right, because I'm a decent human being and I see this shit going down, I'm going to help you. I'm not like the most amazing trainer ever, but I'm going to help you. Gladian has a really good story with like, he's kind of a jerk, but he's just wanting the best. Lucamine's really good. But it's like the whole themes and stuff, it's really close to a JRPG. It's closer than Scarlet and Violet, I think.
yeah, but I hated Gladian because I think he was like too edgy and too try hard, and I'm just like,
I didn't.
eh.
I liked him better than, because here's the thing. It's the one jerk rival that we had was Red. Not Red. Was it Red? Was that his default name? Gen 2.
Silver.
Silver. That's what it was. I don't know why I called him Red. Probably because he has red hair. But he was like the one actual nasty rival that we had. And they did nothing with it.
Yeah.
He just showed up, was a jerk, and left. Like, that's it. They didn't do anything with it. He didn't, like, join Team Rocket. You didn't have to do anything with him. It was just, it was a roadblock. This being said, they have not done as many good. They've only done the one Nestor rival. I think they could do it now way better. The only really bad friendly rival was it Barry in Gen 4?
Yeah.
I hate him so much.
Yeah.
As someone who has ADHD, I absolutely despise him. Tark also over they gave him some backstory and more stuff post game. Okay, that's fair. But like they still didn't do a lot. I think they could do it now, but I feel like at one point they could probably do both. That's what I thought they were going in this game, but it turns out they just wrote one of the characters a little bit too jerky in the first scene.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to say it because some of these people don't listen. Demona's not a fucking yandere. She's just got a hyperfixation. That's all she has.
Yeah.
He's worse in the anime, basically the same, but the hero worship of Paul. Alright, never watching the Gen 4 anime then. Sorry. Also, can we talk about the fact that Cyrus is like looks really old, but he's like 25?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm 25.
And I'm
Why
like,
do you look like you're 40?
he looks like a JoJo character. He's got all the angular lines on his face. That's why he looks 40.
Yeah.
And speaking of JoJo, before we end, and I think probably a spoiler discussion can happen on like Monday. I'll write down a bunch of points that we can talk about. For Scarlet Violet. But there's the meme of like JoJo where it's like all the angular lines, and it's just like, yeah, JoJo is like 18, but he looks like he's like 18. But if you remove all these like extra lines and they remove like all of like the weird cheek lines and stuff, and he actually looks 18. They don't do anything else to the design.
Yeah.
I was like, that was hilarious and eye-opening. I was just like, it's literally only because of like some extra black lines that he looks like he's like 30 and ripped. And I thought it was hilarious. But anyway, thanks for joining us, everyone. It was an interesting back burner game. We have 2 more streams before we start Dragon Quest Treasures, unless we want to move next Thursday's stream to match up with the release, which we could do. I think it would just mean I'm streaming a lot on Saturday, which I'm not against. But let's find somebody to host. I don't know why I opened a new tab. I kept this tab open for this very reason. Also, my stomach has told me it is time to get food.
Consume.
You know what? Our best buddy, Blue, is playing Mega Man 5. You can also, I believe there's a panel below. If you haven't joined the Discord already, you can click on that button and it'll send you in. For those watching on the VOD, it's on my Twitch page. So let's do /raid Blue Mage Brilly. And on Saturday, we're going to be playing more Core Keeper. And I may drag you into a game of that at some point. It's really fun.
You know I hate fun.
Yeah, you're anti-fun. That's why you love Sword.
Anti-fun.
That's why you love Sword and Shield.
Correct. I love Sword and Shield like I love cheese.
No, you love Sword and Shield like you hate cheese. Anyway, goodbye.
Goodbye.